Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Hey Journals. It's your girl Black Mamba, and of course, the wonderful AP. Hi.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good morrow.
How are you?
I'm good. Just trucking through, man.
Trucking through. I know. I feel like I haven't seen you in
a week.
I know it's only been a week, but I feel like I haven't seen you in a month.
I know. Well,
I know.
It's all biz.
It's all biz, man.
It's all biz.
It is. And there's so many exciting things happening, of course, with our podcast. I do want to thank everybody who reached out and who helped promote and who helped share and who also shared really cool stories about giving back. I really appreciate it. I know AP appreciates it. The whole point of us doing the Love Thy Neighbor campaign was so that we could motivate our community to reach out to people in need. And obviously now more than ever, because on top of a pandemic, girl, we got houses burning down.
Yeah, we do.
So,
super sad.
Super sad. Big bummer. So again, we still have time. Everyone still has time. If you know somebody, honestly, I think Rayleigh's, Sprouts, check with your local grocery stores. They're doing those pre-made Thanksgiving Day dinners. We were just on the Rayleigh's website, and they even have individual ones for just one or two people. So there is a way you can give back. Even if you know a solo person, you don't have to go big, girl, to go home. You can go just little. Just a little something, girl. Okay? So we appreciate it, you guys. How was your week?
Oh, God. It's all blurs together, doesn't it? Things are good, though. Things are good.
It really does.
Boys are healthy. Boys are happy. It was really cute. The other day, we were actually playing hide and seek with the baby. He gets it.
He, gets hide and seek now.
Oh, he was like, you hide and then you pop out and you just fuck him up.
Yeah. He's like, this game is lit. Why am I just now finding out about it?
It's been fun watching them get a little bit older together.
He's like, I did this in the womb.
I was hiding.
And you were seeking, girl.
No, it's been good. I actually had 2 days off this week.
Nice.
Full 2 days hanging out with the family and kids. Much needed.
Much
needed. Well, things are on the rise, so we're all hunkering back down together.
Yeah, I hope everyone's hunkering down. I hope everyone's staying safe. I have been really busy. Tremendously. Working late every night. And my poor husband, I would think, would love to see me. And I was so tired last night, and I tried to carve out some time for us to watch, of course, 90 Day Fiancé. And I think we got through, maybe one episode, and I was like, I know you want to have quality time. I have to go to sleep.
Right.
Or my brain is going to pop out of my skull.
Right.
Yeah.
Or, worse, sex, you know what I mean? You might want some intimacy, and that's not happening. That's not on the table.
Okay, I'm all for it, but we got to get in quick. Get in, get out. This isn't going to be where you caress my face.
Right.
And tell me how beautiful I am. No, right. I can hear that tomorrow.
Right. We're not making sweet, sweet love.
You know when when you're on the way home and you're like, fuck.
I got to get gas. Yeah.
Or you're like, toilet paper, right? You're like, we have no toilet paper. Now, do I stop and go into Save Mart, or do I pull over to AM/PM and pay the extra $6? Mm-hmm. You go to AM/PM and pay the extra $6. That's where we're at.
Because then if you go to the Safeway and you don't get the whole list, you're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. Because that's what your partner's going to ask you.
Well, did you grab milk?
Right, did you grab milk?
You know we're out of eggs.
Dog food. These
what
dogs
am I supposed to? You think I'm going to just put spinach in my smoothie?
Get out of here.
I need almond milk.
Duh.
Fucking trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not having that fight.
Oh, at all.
I'd rather steal one from the salon.
Oh, I would rather steal one from any place that I visited.
I'd actually rather order a bidet on Amazon and just have a dirty ass.
Get a bidet. If you don't have a bidet, you guys, I don't know why none of you are listening. Get a bidet. It's the best thing.
I don't understand why toilet paper is the number one pandemic item.
Because people are stupid.
Yeah. That's why we're still in a pandemic.
You would have thought tampons would have been the number one pandemic, because honestly, you need a tampon and you can double up as toilet paper if you were in a pinch. Flutter that bitch out like a butterfly and get to wiping.
Right. I just I think it's fucking wild that the toilet paper thing, because of all the shit that I'm fucking D-Day doomsday preppers.
Right.
Over, I've never seen them hoard toilet paper. Insulin? No. Sure.
Right.
Fucking canned items? Sure.
Candles.
Nobody's really hunkering down for a real shut down. That's the
No,
problem.
no. Well, the issue is that you don't have a lot of people using a lot of critical thinking skills. Here's the thing: you don't really need toilet paper in a pandemic. Worst case scenario,
just don't.
you jump your ass in the shower
Yeah.
and rinse that bitch off.
Yeah.
I mean,
once a week with my baby, he's taking a full shower by the morning because some bad things.
Some bad shit happened. Yeah.
Like.
Everyone's had a little,
just like not high on the list.
Right.
I even get diapers.
Right.
I get diapers, but like toilet paper, it's just like fascinating to me. I'm like, no, not massive amounts of water. I mean, like I would just always assume food and water. You already have your
water
shelter.
you can boil, and so food is going to be the main concern here.
Right.
So you want to get a lot of canned items.
Yeah. When I went to Costco for my thing, like toilet paper was like lowest on the rung. I got a lot of chili. Got some chicken noodle soups. Got some tuna fish. Because who doesn't like a nice tuna fish?
I like those Bear Creek soups. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that come in the green package and they're powdered, and you throw them in it. Have you done those?
Oh wow, no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. A hot tip from me to you, and I am not joking. So lean in. Bear Creek makes a soup. They have, I can tell you all of them. Chicken tortilla. Or tortilla soup. You add chicken or turkey meat. I usually add ground turkey. They have potato cheddar, broccoli cheddar, chili, and then they have potato leeks. So it's a big package. I would say the package is really large. I'm not joking. It's a fairly large package. They're about $3.99. And if you go to Winco, you can get 2 for $3.99. It always takes about the same amount of water. 8 cups of water, bring it to a boil, get your wisp out. You open the bag up, pour it in, wisp it in, and then you literally let it sit there for 15 minutes. You have a full, thick, beautiful soup. And then you just add your meat or whatever you'd like, or if you're vegetarian, no meat. I swear it is one of the best. Oh, and they do a wedding soup. It is one of the best things in the winter that I stock up on that we get.
Just in general, right?
Just in general. I'll put a link, you guys, seriously, because if you're a parent, even if you're not, it is one of the cheapest, best, and it is so delicious.
Yeah.
When I tell you I buy sour cream, I get some hot sauce, some cheese, and we do the chicken tortilla. And I crunch up tortilla chips.
Oh yeah.
You guys, fire.
Yeah, it's just
feeds 8 to 12.
Every single time I'm like, well, how are we still in this pandemic? A year later, it is 2020, and then I look around and I'm like, oh, the toilet paper people.
Yeah, those people are also the same people. You know when you see like a nurse in line at Starbucks?
Yeah.
And you obviously know, and I shouldn't say nurse, so any sort of medical professional that has scrubs on, you can clearly tell. When you see them in line at Starbucks, when I tell you I've worked in medical for 16 years now, I can tell you right now everything that's on Starbucks right now. I can tell you everything they have off the top of my head, okay? You know why? Because I've needed to use caffeine to stay awake in order to work double shifts. Okay? Right. So is a lot of medical professionals. You've had reps bring you coffee. At this point, at 37, if I don't know what I want from Starbucks, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay? Right. But still, it will be the same person who is in line. We've been waiting for 15 minutes. They'll get up to the counter and they're like, ma'am, what would you like? And they're always peppy, right? Welcome to Starbucks. What can we get you?
Oh, always peppy.
And they're like, okay, do you have goat's milk?
Fresh, like from the goat.
But like fresh, because I think that I might have an allergy. And last time I told you guys I wanted goat's milk, you said you had it, but I'm pretty sure I tasted 2%.
Oh, when people say that shit to me, I die.
You're like, ma'am, this is not new. If you don't want to take the gamble on goat's milk, bitch, get some green tea. Okay? Stop asking for unreasonable things during a goddamn pandemic. Okay? You're the reason why the Starbucks line is down the corner. Just get in and get out.
Yeah.
Those are the same people that are taking all the toilet paper.
Yeah, who don't know their order by the time they get to the Starbucks
Why is the
line.
McDonald's line so long? McDonald's has added nothing new. They've added literally nothing new. Still, I'll have my window rolled down and ready. Welcome to McDonald's, what can I get you? Okay. Are you guys still doing that promotion you did a few years ago where I got 72 nuggets for $7.99?
Oh, so good. That's why I have to, before it's my turn, I have to have the windows up. I have to have the windows up because I don't want to harshly judge the person in front of me for what they order.
Oh, I judge them all the time. But you know what
Of
you know
course
how I
you do, 'cause
alleviate
your
all
window's
this?
down. Well,
Yeah.
you're ready. Your window's already down.
Yeah, I'm
You're
prepared.
2 cars back.
Yeah,
You're
I
fucking-
studied for the
Hey!
test. I studied for the test, okay? So now what I like to do is I do a lot of the app and wait because I enjoy that. I order on the app. I park in their little parking spot. I tell them that I'm there.
Yeah.
And then they leave it. I will tell you that I have been doing something interesting lately, and you guys tell me if I'm crazy. Also, quick side note, I do want to say thank you to everyone who reached out about my little Mr. Peterson. And I'll tell you, it was a good 50-50. It was a good 50-50.
Yeah, it makes sense in
50-50
this
people were
world.
just like, dude, go get your dog.
Yeah. And
Gang,
other,
gang.
And what did the other 50%?
The other
say?
ones were like, I understand, but he also does look happy. So unless you really want to go to Florida, and I'm like,
And they-
again.
So the other 50% were like, leave the fucking dog alone. And
yes,
that lady.
You know, they didn't say and the lady. They were like, what if you just could go visit him? A lot of people were like that. And I was like, that's a very good idea. After the pandemic.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't die.
As long as he doesn't die.
Yeah. So anyways,
From
I want to
dog
thank
flu.
all of you guys who reached out. So what I've been doing lately is I don't Uber Eats quite a bit. I don't know if a lot of you know me personally, but some of you who are listening do and know that I can be very frugal when it comes to certain things. Like I am not going to pay $7.99 delivery fee if something's around the corner. I'm just not going to do it. I mean,
Right.
if Jimmy John's is around the corner or Taco Bell, but my husband is not like that. He does not care. It doesn't matter how much it costs.
Yeah.
It's the convenience for him.
Yeah.
You know,
The price. Price is price.
price
sometimes.
is price.
You know, it's all your currency.
That's it.
Time is my currency as well.
Time is my currency as well, but I'm the kind of person that if you called me and you really needed something, I'll just come give it to you. Like, I don't care. If you called me and said I don't have any toilet paper, I will make the extra drive to bring you toilet paper. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, could I send you some? Sure. I could go on Amazon and click,
Right.
but I just would rather do it myself.
Right.
But I am very particular about how they deliver it to the door. So I like them to leave it at the door, but I also want them to let me know it's there.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the apps will not allow them to just leave it and leave because they don't want you to go back and say, I never got my order, right? So there needs to be some sort of contact at some point. So I have 3 dogs. They get rowdy, and especially if they hear someone ring the damn doorbell. And I have a very long-winded doorbell, okay? Like we're talking 1976. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm not into it, okay?
Yeah.
So I always leave very specific instructions. Please leave at the door. 1 knock. Baby sleeping. Because usually women are delivering. Typically I have a woman delivery driver.
Really?
Usually I have a woman. In our area, typically it's always a woman.
Oh my God.
So I always say just 1 light knock, please. Baby's sleeping. Right? Because the dogs won't hear it, but I will hear it. Because a lot of times the dogs don't
Well,
know,
if
is
you're
that the
expecting
wind?
it.
Right. And they're like, is that the wind or is that a knock? So they're not as rowdy.
Right.
But if you as the driver cannot read those instructions and you bang, 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 ring the doorbell and leave it, I refuse to tip you extra. Refuse. Because you can't follow instructions.
Right.
You can't follow instructions. And that infuriates me.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the whole point. If I wanted it done right, then I should have gone myself. And I'm relying on you to do the job here.
Right.
But I will tell you, this lady was great last night. We ordered Taco Bell. So you gave me a gordita crunch like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And ever since, I've been craving it.
They're nuts.
It's pretty damn good.
They're nuts.
It's pretty
It's
good.
a special sauce.
It's a special sauce.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I lost like an extra 4 pounds this week that I didn't need. So I was like, let me get that gordita.
Yeah.
Let me get me some nachos. Okay?
It's time.
Always extra meat. Always extra cheese. Always. If you're not ordering your nacho belgrani that way, you're not living. She delivers it. Baby knock. The knock was so light, you could have missed it. And when
And
I
that
tell you
just
I tipped her
fluttered.
according, my heart filled. I was like, she's a mom. She gets it. She knows what's up. You
Yeah.
don't need your delicate house. Sometimes we order food and Keek is sleeping. I don't need her to wake up and be like, why didn't I get Taco Bell?
Yeah, because it wasn't for you.
Right.
And you don't want to have that conversation.
That's it.
With
Maybe
a
Dad and
teenager.
I have a nice buzz
Yeah.
and we decided, you know what sounds good? Let's fuck up some nachos.
Well, TB.
I don't need you to wake up to. So could you baby knock?
Yeah.
That's it. If you're a Uber driver or what's the other one? Grubhub.
Yeah.
Just read the instructions. I swear, I know it sounds wild, but like there are people with small babies sleeping, or maybe you have kids and you've worked, I don't know, 75 hours in 1 week. You're working off of 2 hours of sleep, and all you want to do is enjoy some nachos with no fucking pants on.
I love the idea of these delivery services, and I have tried them out. And when I say, because I love the idea, I'm just so here for it. And I don't care. You could charge me $16.99 per deliver, and my order was $5.99. I'm about to say, don't give a fuck. The only issue is, so last time I used it, and Ian, when your husband really throws the lines down, and he's like, no more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but like, he's serious. He's like, if I see a Grubhub charge on this card,
One more time.
So I was like, I'm getting pizza. We were in like a stalemate of who's going to go get it. And there's those times when like you cannot break.
So you're like, let's just order.
So I was like, fine, it's Grubhub. It says it's delivered. I open the door.
No pizza.
No pizza. I thought, maybe it just got a little preemptive.
Right.
So I close the door, looking at it, and I text the driver or message him through the app. And I say, hey, there's no pizza.
Right.
Says
No
there's
sausage.
pizza.
No pepperoni.
And there's literally no pizza. And they say, well, that can't be because I've dropped it off. I said, okay, well, it can be because
I'm not eating it.
if there's no pizza.
My mouth isn't full.
And I really want it. So
Bad.
well, I don't know what to tell you because I delivered this pizza.
Right.
So I start to think, how would somebody who is doing this think? So I walk out to my street and I look, and I'm sure this could happen. And I look directly across the street, and it's at the empty house that's clearly for sale door.
Oh, he left it there.
Yeah.
So he did drop it off,
Yeah.
but he just couldn't follow directions.
Well, yeah, and I look at the numbers on my app before I'm an asshole, just to make sure I'm
You
like,
always have, because
and
there's
I got-
nothing worse
yeah.
than being lit up, and then they're like, ma'am, if you look down,
Yeah.
you transpose the
And
numbers.
I don't like that, and I don't like lighting people up unless it is absolutely necessary.
Right.
Well, because this was a whole like probably 10 to 15 minutes ordeal, and it's been cold, my now pizza that I had been really looking forward to has been literally sitting outside.
Right.
Just sitting outside
Right.
for the birds and the raccoons.
Like, even the pizza's like, what's going on here?
So I go to get my pizza. It's shit. Ian is so mad.
Oh, livid.
Livid. And I would hate like this. Should be a one-off, right? Like, oh my gosh, guy totally mixed it up, put it all
Maybe
across
he's
the street.
dyslexic.
I have never gotten a hot meal from Uber Eats, Grubhub. The only exception, and I mean the only exception, was when I went to Dallas and we ordered IHOP at a smooth 2:00 in the morning.
Can I tell you what the mistakes you're making?
It was fire. I ate an entire chicken fried steak with one fork. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just
I
on
love
the
that you
fork.
ordered chicken fried steak from an IHOP. I don't think I've ever eaten at IHOP.
I actually didn't even order it. Michelle, that whimsical little...
That little whimsical little devil.
Yeah, she ordered a entire meal prep for 3 very intoxicated women.
She's an angel. She knows what she's doing.
It was an angel, and I said, no one else can have this, because when I say I saw that chicken fried steak, it was like just for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, and so that happened last night with my nachos, and Bill always gets upset in his feelings because he's like, I just want one chip.
No.
I'm like, no, you don't understand.
I know.
My weight loss journey is great. I'm there. I've already arrived.
Yeah.
When I tell you that I've earned every chip,
Yeah.
bitch, I've earned every chip. Here's your problem. Okay. So there's some meals in restaurants that I will order from Grubhub, and then there's some that I will order exclusively from Uber Eats. And then there are some that I will order directly from the restaurant if they have delivery. So,
Right.
round table. I will never use Grubhub and I will never use Uber Eats because Round Table has this like weird rule that the pizza has to be so hot when you get it.
Yes.
Okay. I also, when I order,
They
okay,
have
so
those
let's
special
say
bags.
they have a special bag. I have one of those bags, by the way. You can order them on Amazon. Whenever I order drive-through, I put it in the bag and I turn the seat warmers on. My food's always fire. Anywho, tip from me to you.
That is a good one.
If I order from Uber Eats, I make sure it is not outside of a 3-mile radius. And
That's very true.
I also see, so you can go back and look at the map and see where all the cars are. I refuse to order if there are no cars around that restaurant within like 4 miles. Because then I already know you're all the way fucking downtown Reno. Now my food's sitting here at Taco Bell. Meanwhile, Sam and Larry have already finished it and they're waiting for you to fucking pick it up. And I also don't like that fucking sharing shit. Where it's like, do you mind? We're going to drop off this person's fucking McDonald's before we get to your house. No. Bitch. I
Not
need
with
you to
food.
straight line it
Not with
to
food.
me home, homie. Straight fucking line it.
Yeah.
And if I never use Grubhub. I never use Grubhub except for fucking Five Guys. Because Five Guys puts it in this like, they wrap it extra in foil so it really stays warm. And then when they put it in their little bag, it stays hot. Roberto's is the only other place, and it comes from Center Street Roberto's, that I will order from either one at any time. And when I tell you, it is piping hot when I get it.
You know, let me tell you, and you, as you actually and Michelle have commented, I'm a car eater.
Which I do not care for.
The reason is, with anything, and even if I get a pizza bringing home to my family, there's almost always a slice I eat in the car.
Okay, wow.
And let me tell you, that's savage. I know it is. But let me tell you, when I say I have a thing for cold food,
Me, so as well as I do.
I cannot enjoy. If I have to, if I paid for it, will I pull off the nasty lettuce and bun and eat the meat so I can
Sure,
fucking
but
live?
I'm going to be pissed about it.
Pissed. Pissed.
Yes, yes.
I mean, eating lukewarm food when it is supposed to be it fucking enrages
yes.
me.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's not even a cost thing. It's not even like, well, I bought this and that. I could make it from fucking scratch. Like Ian and I, some of our earlier marriage arguments, I would cook food. We've even talked about this. And I'm like, I'll let him know 5 minutes before dinner.
Right.
Because when I place this, I want it steaming with the parsley. Like, I want it fucking hot.
I want to hear you blowing on it to cool it down to eat it.
Literally.
It makes me irate if they're like, I'll eat it later. I'll be down in 20. I'm sorry, what? So that's why I stopped fucking, nope, you guys figure it out.
It doesn't even matter. I cannot eat food that has been cooled. Cooled to the point where it's even still edible.
Right.
No, reheating is like one thing you can wrap your head around. You're like, oh, waited too long. No, when I get a meal, it is like I clock in. Ian even says, like, did you even taste that? And I'm like, it's a job.
I'm in there to do a job.
I show up. I'm on time.
Right.
I crush it. I clock out.
I fulfilled my part of this obligation.
I don't
but see,
know what
that's
it is.
why
It
I
fucks me up.
enjoy going to get the food. Because I do have that bag that keeps my food hot. And I turn the seat warmers on. I'm very specific about how hot my food has to be. Because I like to, as much as you're a car eater, I enjoy being in my bed.
I know.
No pants on.
I love your
covers
methods.
pulled up. Bill and I have 2 towels that we use. You put the towels down because I'm not trying to fuck up, my expensive ass duvet. So,
Or just get food in your bed.
or get
like
food
a
in your bed
savage.
like a savage. So the towels go down and then we sit and we enjoy after the lights have to be on, but dimmed.
I
gotta
love
see
your
my food.
method.
I gotta see my
You
food.
know I love your method because you fully fucking crack me up because I know you do this. I know it's very methodical too.
Yes.
And it's even more fun when your spouse likes doing something with you.
Uh-huh.
Like, one of my favorite things with me and Ian is every once in a while, we will all pile into our bed too and open the pizza and eat it
Right from the
box.
yes.
Just like a family fucking feast, watching movies, pizza in bed. It doesn't get better.
I will tell you, I know this sounds wild, but if you've learned nothing from the whole COVID thing, life is super short. So I will tell you, so every other year, so the years that we don't have Keek for Thanksgiving, or like she'll come over in the morning and we don't have her in the afternoon. Obviously, like I said, we do Thanksgiving with our cul-de-sac. But sometimes if one of the houses has like their family coming in, we'll do Thanksgiving the day before. And then on Thanksgiving Day, everyone stays in their own house, and then everyone has their family and they do their shit. So Bill and I have adopted something that we started years ago, which is if it's just he and I'm sorry, girls, I'm not making a turkey. I don't give a shit. I don't even like turkey that much. Now, do I like a turkey sandwich? Yes, honey, I'm here for it. But do I want a whole dead ass? I don't like the carcass. I'm not sticking my hand. I don't like the heart. No. Now, I still make the collard greens because Bill loves them. I still make the mac and cheese. I still do the cornbread. But that's shit that we eat for the whole week, right? For Thanksgiving Day itself, though, typically what we do is we order Chinese food. We take off our clothes. We stay in bed all fucking day. Seriously,
I love your requirement of no clothes in the food.
Because clothes are restricted when you're trying to move around and get to your food real quick.
That's funny because
You know what
I
I mean?
actually prefer more clothes on because I'm just such an animal.
No, I have a top on. Like I have like one of Bill's like t-shirts on, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's where the fun stops.
Crisscross, applesauce.
Oh, and I mean I'm in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I see
and
it.
I have the little bedroom. What is it called? The tray, like the table tray. But I have the ones that like when you're sick when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I have 2 of those. We get in and we watch like old. Okay. Also, if you haven't tried this, so there's nothing better on Thanksgiving Day on TLC, and sometimes you can just go on Netflix. There's a whole genre of Asian westerns. Some of the best movies you'll ever watch.
You guys are wild. So one of the things that I do find as I'm getting older to be a common theme is I grew up in a household where we ate well.
Right.
And not only did we eat well, it was prepared well. Now, if you don't know how to cook, you could buy the most expensive fucking turkey or ham.
Doesn't matter.
Freshest green beans, nicest sliced almonds.
Right.
Pumpkin puree that's organic.
Right.
If you don't know how to cook, it's all for naught.
Correct.
And as I've gotten older, sharing holidays, not only with my husband's family, but past, you really realize that people are shit cooks.
See, that's my other problem.
And it really warms my heart because I will never look at somebody and be like, you're a shit cook. That's just a dick move.
No, I'm just going to move the food around.
But I do find it, because I've always looked forward to the holidays, not only truly for the merriment, but truly for the menu.
Yes. The menu and the time off. Yes.
I mean, I come from like homemade raviolis.
So you and I are very similar. We come from a background where, number one, we know how to cook.
Yeah.
And you and I are very unique in the sense where I'm sure a lot of our female listeners are as well. Whereas I grew up in a household, I'm lucky enough that I grew up in an Italian household and a black household.
Yeah.
So obviously I have the 2 genres. But also, if I see something or go to a restaurant and eat it, I can figure out what's in there and just replicate it and make it again. For sure. Some people do not have that skill. 1. 2, I don't know if I like the way you be making the food, okay? Why did you make, like, have you ever met someone who makes eggs with olive oil or somebody who makes eggs with Crisco? Those 2 specific things?
Yes, my husband, he makes everything with olive oil. There's a time for butter, and there's a time for oil, and there's even a time for vegetable. I mean, you have to understand why you use certain oils for certain textures. Like,
even a chef would tell you don't prepare it that way. Even
well,
a chef
of course.
would say.
And like, if you want to taste fucking olive oil all over everything, like olive oil is a very powerful flavor.
Very distinct.
That's why you use it for a lot of sautéing. And
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, we could go on all day. Long story short, though, but it does warm my heart because people are like, oh, I've been talking to a lot of women as they go through their menus, and I'm like, oh, you're a shit cook.
Yeah.
And then other ones where I'm like, ooh, wish mama was coming over.
Right.
Like you start to vibe with people,
Yeah.
and then you just see the other people, whether it's man or women. I frankly deal with a lot of women who you're either pumped to feed your family, because I feel like with me and you, again, with like large gatherings and stuff, we really find ourself in it, because I love to prepare a good meal, and I love the joy of giving that to humans.
Watching people consume it and be happy.
Oh, and like want more. And
Right.
ask for the recipe.
Right.
That we both know you're never going to fucking
Right.
use ever, but it sounds nice. I love that. And then you can see the other side where they're just fucking dreading it. They're like, it's all day in the kitchen. It's work. And you're like...
See, it's fun for me.
You're like, where's the soul? Cooking is the heart. I mean, it's the original... Okay, what did they say when there's a study about cocaine? It was amazing. They were like the only two other natural endorphins that drop. Like, obviously, with cocaine, you're going to get like the major drop. It's not going
Right.
to compare. But the only other two natural ways to produce that exact same feeling on a much more natural level are food and sex.
That's it.
So I assume that if you can't cook well, you probably can't fuck. I said it.
Okay. Because you're not good with attention to detail.
And the lack of passion. Who doesn't
Yes.
have passion for food? Who?
I agree. Here's
That's
my
an odd
yes.
thing to not have.
And this is my issue with Thanksgiving. So for me, Thanksgiving, every year so usually we do like a tri-tip.
Everybody's
This
going
is-
to be watching their moms cook and be like, oh, she fucks.
She's shit. How did I never notice my mom was shit?
She fucks.
Each year
Oh, sometimes you kill yourself, you know what I mean?
we do tri-tip.
Yeah, we're doing tri-tip this year.
I do collard greens.
Fuck turkey, man.
And I do fuck a turkey. And I do two different kind of collard greens. I do the collard greens from our vegetarians with no ham hocks and no bacon. And then I make your traditional Southern ham hocks. I mean, I don't know
Collard
why.
greens.
Collard greens. Thank you. I couldn't think. And then I make two kinds of cornbread. Regular cornbread and sweet cornbread. Because sometimes you don't even know what you're in the mood for.
Well, sometimes you want it for breakfast and you want sweet cornbread.
That's it. I make macaroni and cheese, but the right way with a roux. I do sweet potatoes. Russet potatoes. And then usually I do like a sweet potato pie and then a peach cobbler. But
I'm a berry cobbler woman.
one thing, I will add one thing that is just different. So last year I did grits with a burgundy sauce and shrimp with sauteed onions and sauteed mushrooms.
Yeah, you were telling us about that last year, actually.
When I tell you that obviously
Full
we had
send.
regular Thanksgiving Day food, but again, because it's just the same old shit every time, green beans and this, I mean, those grits were gone faster. The food hadn't been put out yet.
Yeah.
And people had already finished all of the grits and all
shrimp.
of the shrimp. And I'm like, it's okay that it's not it doesn't need to be I feel like sometimes people feel like it needs to be a quote unquote Thanksgiving Day food item. It doesn't. This is your time to have some fun. Maybe there's a recipe that
Merriment.
you tried. It's just merriment.
Fucking
What's
merriment.
what's a dish that you make that deep down in your soul you're just like, this is it, boo. This is it.
You know what I'm gonna do this year? So we are taking the same route because we are doing a smaller Thanksgiving than we typically would do out of just respect for humanity. Tri-tip. I have to, but we don't do any fucking bullshit, nasty ass pre-made Betty Crocker casserole mix.
No.
Always do a fresh sautéed, fresh green bean with almonds and oils.
Yeah.
And the whole shit.
That's definitely a Caucasian thing. It's definitely a Caucasian thing. I did not grow up that way.
I need a crunchy green bean to fucking fuck up my mashed potatoes.
Got you.
But we don't
Got
do.
you.
Sometimes, Grandma will do wicked, but it's all homemade mash. Like these aren't just like
Right.
rip the packet and fucking add the
Fucking add
water
this
and
shit
just
on.
whisk it. You gotta
Right.
whisk it.
Right.
It needs to be fucking whisking. Light and airy, so you want them to taste and look like mashed potatoes.
Like actual
what
mashed
are they,
potatoes.
Grandma? Who knows? Got 'em. No, I'm talking like fresh mashed and roasted garlic,
Right.
beautiful texture,
Beautiful texture.
fucking pops of flavor everywhere.
Yes.
But this year we've decided because we're going the tri-tip and the smaller route. My mom does a oil-soaked baby red potato,
Ooh.
rosemary, but you gotta soak them
Yeah.
for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
So like literally they burst in your mouth.
It is always a good idea
Mm.
if you don't know to soak your potatoes. You should be soaking your potatoes. You should be
We don't have time for this tonight, Alex.
I know.
I mean, we don't.
You know what we should do? We should post a couple recipes.
We should. One of the things, you want to hear what I'm going to try this year? You
I wanna
guys
hear
buckle up. We will tag this one because I do have the recipe handy. I'm going to get pastry, the pre-made pastries. I'm going to get a little prosciutto,
Oh,
some fresh asparagus.
Yeah.
What's the cheese? Gruyere? The white harder cheese, not Gouda, but Gruyere. It's I'll post it. And then you wrap it. You do a little egg wash.
Ooh.
You bake that bitch.
Okay.
Because then I said, let's not do a bunch of rolls and all this stuff. Let's just get this family together.
Right.
Put it in a nice little pocket.
Boom.
Little fucking classy hot pocket.
Pop it in your mouth.
Boom. With a little some roseberry mashed potatoes.
I'm going to give you guys a hot tip. Get those crescent rolls, the croissant. Okay? Go get those.
Yeah.
Get yourself a cheese sticks, the little cheese mozzarella sticks you give your kids. Get those. Some salami. Some marinara sauce. Unroll those bitches.
Yeah.
Spread on some marinara. Pop in the cheese stick, whole one, with the salami. Roll that bitch up. Put a little olive oil on the top. Throw that bitch in there for a smooth 10 minutes. You're gonna blow your kids' minds. You're gonna blow adults' minds.
See, but you have to have a fun heart with it. You gotta love experimenting. You
do.
have to. Of course, you can go on Pinterest now. You don't even have to try. But you ever
I hate Pinterest.
You ever be broken, tired, but you like a good meal?
Right.
And you find yourself in there and you're just fucking cutting up hot dogs and you're throwing a little fried egg in your ramen.
You're like, oh, what else is in here?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Ooh, got
throwing
some peas.
a little fucking garlic salt in there.
Yeah.
Like, you need more salt,
Right.
those bitches. No,
Right.
but they tell you got a fucking fresh ramen that the Asians would be proud of.
The Asians would be
I
very
don't know.
proud.
Can I say that?
You
I said
definitely can. I feel like they would be. You guys haven't tasted my ramen. It's amazing.
That's
It's
all I have to
amazing.
say. So this
But
season,
poor
when you're
people
looking
make
at
the
your
best
grandma,
cooks. Poor people make. So if you've
that
ever
is
been poor,
very true.
Seriously, if
because
you've ever
that
been
used
poor
to
in
be
your
each
life,
other's gifts
yes,
to each other.
yes, that's how you
know
show
what
your
I
love.
mean? It really is.
Can't give you
when
money.
people say the secret ingredient is love, you
It's
guys,
a
some
real thing.
basic ass recipes. Have you ever tasted a chocolate chookie or whatever the fuck from the store, and then grandma makes you one? They are different.
Very different.
Sometimes grandmas do go off the chain with them, but I'm just saying sometimes I've had a basic ass cookie from both, but it's the idea.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind when people don't enjoy cooking. I'm sorry. It just
Well,
blows my mind.
and you also know, like, there's nothing like when your grandmother gets too old to cook anymore and you can taste the difference immediately. It's like a light switch. And then do you see? That was love. Now she's doing it. She's, like, tired. Maybe she's not remembering all of the recipe.
Yes. Yes.
And so you can taste the difference. But truly, if cooking is not your deal, do not be ashamed to say that. Go and pick something up then.
Bring
There
some
are
nice
lots of-
wine and you
yeah.
order a local, I repeat, local dessert from a local bakery.
Joseph's.
And you
I mean,
really, you do your part. You do the dishes.
Ask who needs the trash taken out.
Yeah.
Someone always needs the trash taken out. And do you need me to pop anything in the oven? That's
Ooh,
it.
those are good ones.
And do you need
me
a
to
drink?
stir
Can I
anything?
get you
Because
a
a lot
drink?
of things need whisking.
Right. Do you need me to whisk anything?
Do you need me to whisk the gravy? Because nobody likes a fucking chunky ass dull gravy.
But it's
Gotta
okay.
Be light and airy.
It's okay to say, I am not a great cook. That's okay. That people would. I know personally. When I invite someone over to my house, I do it all. So I enjoy doing it all. But if you're going to a place where you're doing a potluck, it is okay to say, you guys know what? I want to invest in this potluck. I want to come to this potluck.
Who needs napkins?
But who wants some hummus as an appetizer? You can go pick up hummus. That's okay.
Yeah, own your shit. That's fine. Everybody needs plastic cups. Nobody wants to be doing fucking dishes all night on a
That's it.
potluck. It's fine. But get the nice ones, okay? Get the little short, cute little white clear ones where I can drink wine and I don't feel like a fucking loser out of a solo cup.
See, I see
Trash
you and I
bags.
really
I don't
go
even
the opposite
like.
way. Give me a fucking solo cup. Number one, I need to fill it up. I'm not trying to make 9 trips. Number
No,
two,
no.
another great gift you can bring to a celebration. I swear to you, you are gonna. I know I'm gonna sound wild. But another great gift that you can bring to a home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, you will be the hit of the party. When you leave, people are going to shut, oh, it's good to see, oh, bye, and shut the door. They're going to be getting undressed, getting in their pajamas, and you know what they're going to say? Man, everything was great tonight, but you know who came through in the clutch? Was AP. Why? What'd she bring? Toilet paper and paper towels? What
Is
is
that
the one
pandemic
thing
version or
what
like
is-
normal?
Just like normal. What is the one thing you are screaming at your spouse when they're like, when you're like, fuck, I forgot Cool Whip. Can you go get Cool Whip? And they're like, yes. And then you're like, fuck, they leave the house and you're like, fuck, we have no paper towels. I don't have any more, or shit, we're low on toilet paper. It's the two things I will say at most houses that I hear a wife screaming on the phone. Make sure you get the napkins, the blue ones with the little fucking shit on them. No, they're the nice ones, the thicker ones. Do not come back with the 99-cent store. Just go and ask the person, what's your theme? Red, blue, pink, and say, how about this? I'm going to pick up all the nice napkins, some paper towels, some extra toilet paper. Because you know what you don't realize? It's a pandemic. And now they got 9 assholes shitting in their toilet, taking and using up all the fucking toilet paper.
Yeah, a lot of people like to double wrap.
They like to double because it's not their toilet paper. They don't give a shit.
And if you're hosting, another hot tip, always have a candle going in the bathroom.
Or a wax melt. Your house should smell like Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yes, it should. And then on top of that, you also need a toilet spray because a lot of
Poopery.
people... Come on, guys. There's just a lot of noobs.
Yeah.
And we're in our 30s. I just think that's odd. And now as like we're hosting our own things, this year is obviously very different. But even like back in the day, I was just like, why can I only wash my hands and not dry them on anything?
Right.
What the fuck? You had a party and you can't either put out paper towels, fine, or get some fucking hand towels,
because they forgot. They were in a hurry, that they didn't want to burn the turkey. They're trying to make sure this fucking pie comes out all right.
I think people are shit hosts.
I'm telling you, people just, it's the last two things that I'm telling you.
Or
you are going to come through in a clutch.
Like, they won't notice. We notice.
You notice every time when you're wiping your hands on your pants. So I'm just telling you, if you want to come through in a clutch, in my house, we go through so much paper towels. And when I tell you there's nothing worse, when I just went to Costco, I just went to Smart and Final, I just picked up 72 pieces or 72 things of paper towels, and I'm having people over, and I go to reach for paper towels. As a host, nothing feels worse. Nothing feels worse when someone goes, oh, it's okay, I'll just it's on my clothes, I'll just wipe it on my clothes.
I have never personally run into that problem, but I'm sure it sounds like it's relatively, like, it happens.
It has to happen, and you have to remember something. This is a tough year that we're going through, and most families have a budget. And so if someone's nice enough to host Thanksgiving at their home, remember that they have a budget for their home. That means you know how much toilet paper your family goes through. You know how many paper towels you guys go through, which they're not cheap. Bring them a little something extra. So that way, they're not dipping into their budget. They're not having to go, wow, we hosted this great dinner for everybody. We're using more electricity, more heat, all this. They're making the dinner, which means their stove's going for 36 hours. The least you can do is think, you know what? I bet you they could use some extra toilet paper and some paper towels, and they won't have to dip into their budget. They're not going to have to go out on a cold winter's day and go and get it. I'm telling you, I've done it before. It's it's clutch.
You do have those ideas, and I don't think that people wouldn't find it clutch. I've personally never thought, you know what I'm going to
They never think of it until they get it and they go, oh, God, thank you.
Fucking case of ass paper.
I'm telling you.
But now that you say it like that, I'm sure it's a thing.
Well, we're in a pandemic where you just said...
Well, pandemic is one thing. That's like a funny... Like, that's kind of like a go-to gift this season.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying regularly.
No, like regularly.
No, I'm saying you're saying regularly.
Like, haven't you and Ian ever been in bed and you go to use the bathroom and you realize you're like, fuck, we're out of toilet paper? 8 o'clock at night.
I don't
cold
know.
Out.
I always shop for myself starting like from when I moved out to. I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, truly.
Yeah.
And like we don't forget those kind of things. Of course, I've run out. Like
right.
And I'm saying sparingly, but like no, my house, even pandemic, pre-pandemic, like we are. It's like a thing for me. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but you're also you have a spouse that shit's normal. So my husband's doing work. Like, he is doing work. Like, we go through 12 rolls of toilet paper in a week.
Yeah, well, maybe he's just, you know.
I can't keep the toilet paper coming.
Good thing we got out of the Paris Agreement.
Look, I go to the grocery store every 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm picking up toilet paper every time. He is going through it. Okay? I cannot express to you guys, he is going through it.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure, because I do not use that much toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm very I've used the same amount of toilet paper the last 20 years.
Yeah,
that
that's how I feel.
I mean, that's it. My ass, she hasn't changed. My vagina is on lock. She knows what we need. She knows what's good. When I tell you, my husband rolls.
Yeah, I feel like it's like a boxing glove by the time he's done.
And sometimes he'll come in the room and he'll go, and I'll go, where are you going? He's like, gotta rewipe again. Like, it's a thing in our house. Like, we've got to make sure we have toilet paper.
Okay, well.
So I'm just saying.
Happy Thanksgiving.
There are a lot of people out there with irritable bowel syndrome. We don't know who they are. Bring them some toilet paper.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You have a changed woman.
I'm telling you. You're going to blow someone's mind. You're going to show up with paper towels and some toilet paper.
Paper towels I get.
And a thing of
That's kind
wine.
of thoughtful. You're just like, here, clean up this later. And if you run out, here's, like, this is like a hot tip. That's fun.
Yeah, but people are wiping their asses with your toilet
I mean,
paper.
You're not wrong. I'm just going to leave it there. You're not wrong.
Just saying.
Some people do toilet paper, some people do flowers. But hey.
That's... Well, if you want to make it into a bouquet, bitch,
I get
you do
what
you.
You're saying.
You know?
We're just going to leave it there.
You know flowers die. You know what doesn't? Toilet paper, bitch.
Well, apparently it dies in this house.
Oh, it's dying all of the fucking time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. I'm excited to have time off.
Yeah.
To be able to do just more podcasting stuff and just a bunch of other bullshit that we've got going on. So it's really nice. I'm lucky. Bill's family isn't here. I don't see mine, so I'm Gucci.
Right.
I don't have to break anybody's heart.
Honestly, I'm super excited. I feel like with this whole married kid life, I feel like, and honestly, pandemic right now, but you can even sense it moving forward. I feel like Ian and I are finally getting the ropes of time sharing and just appreciation of family. And I feel like with the 2 kids now, I think with the first grandbaby, there's like a lot of anomaly around that.
Right.
And people really want the time.
Right.
You know, and now I feel like with the 2, people still want that time, but I just think they see the exhaustion on Ian and I. I feel a lot of, what I'm trying to say is a lot of the pressure has been alleviated. You are very lucky in the sense that, you know, on certain years, I know that if they've come out here or potentially you guys could do that.
It's a lot of work.
Obviously, you have your family stuff that hopefully at some point, I mean, it seems like you're pretty Gucci with it in general, but
good. I'm good.
Maybe at some point moving forward, something will change. But I do feel excited to spend family time.
Yeah, I do love. I mean, I really do love family time. Truly, I do. There's nothing better to me than having my entire, like, a whole family, even like Bill's whole family, shoved in our house. Yeah, people are sleeping on couches.
This is a great hosting house too.
It is, and it's very open. There's a reason why I have the TV in the room with the fireplace, because I like to be able to cook, put my AirPods in, watch a nice movie, get that cooking. You know, time goes by so quickly.
It does.
So I really do try to keep that in mind, and I love loving. I do. I love to love. I love to give back. I love to feed people and to give back. And my husband, he loves family, and it makes his heart so happy.
Yeah.
But this year has been so sad.
Yeah.
And I also enjoy, as much as I enjoy that, I also, when Keek got old enough, just the 2 of us, like, now we're looking at her moving out in a couple of years, and us just being by ourselves. And not having her here and not having that thing. And so it's kind of like we're starting to transition into this different spot, which I'm sure a lot of parents who have older kids are starting to realize, like, do you want such a big house? Do you want to downgrade? It was so cute. I came home and you know how on Netflix it's like, you know, continue watching. And he had been watching Tiny House Hunters. I said, were you watching Tiny House Hunters or was that Keek? He goes, no, I'm trying to get keyed up. I'm trying to get keyed up for you and I in a tiny house. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. Because, you know, like a little plan, but it's interesting that it's taking us into this different dynamic in our relationship. But I truly love hanging out with my husband like you do.
Yeah.
So it is nice when it's like a snowy day.
Oh.
And because obviously the situation we're all in, we can't be around everybody we want to. So if I can't be around everybody I want to, I'm at least with the person that, like, is my best friend, who I love the most, and we have so much fun together.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't get any better.
One of the things that will be my lifetime goal, and it's been hard with the amount of family that Ian and I have, but patience is a virtue.
Yes.
I truly do believe this.
They'll get tired of you eventually.
They won't, but what will happen
They
is they
won't.
will
You're too
have
likable.
to succumb to. I mean, I have no problem spanking an old man. I'm being dead ass. Like, there will be a day where I will be like, Thazar, sit the fuck down.
Sit down.
And eat.
Yes.
My mother-in-law, she'll be fine. One of the things that I crave deeply that I think has been lost throughout the years, but I came from this. Like, my holidays were like 50 people minimum.
Right.
In the house, family and friends, come one, come all.
Right.
Very intensely immersed within family and friends. Whether it was, I remember as a kid, the door was always opening and closing. I mean, once we sat down.
Window doors open, close, yeah.
Like, people were, of course, they were the ones who always stayed for dinner. But my dad's high school best friend still comes over and we share meals.
Right.
Every holiday.
Right.
His mom even comes over. I mean, like my dad's best friend's mom.
Right.
This year, again, obviously very different, very sad, very odd to think that I won't see these lifelong friends. But everybody's doing the right thing right now. His mom's older, blah, blah, blah. Long story short is I'm going to reintroduce that when it's an appropriate time.
Yes.
And it won't be probably even within the next few years. But I hate these small, only family exclusive.
I do not like that.
I don't like that either because it feels very exclusive.
Yes.
And growing
up, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, but kind of mean. Because there's been times
so
when
many people that I know and
maybe they're single or maybe they're they're by themselves and you're like, I just want them to be able to come over. This isn't a big deal.
Well, and a big thing I remember as a kid, what I loved is sometimes there's a level of friendship where it's appropriate maybe for you to just stop by for brunch and coffee,
right?
Bidets and coffee, right? Not bidets, beignets.
I was like, bidets and
coffee?
coffee?
Shit in a coffee, you know what I mean?
You want to talk shit about my fucking toilet paper, but you doing bidets and coffee, bitch. Okay.
No, I remember as kids, my grandma would always make fresh beignets in the morning, and there'd be a big pot of coffee.
Made some beignets.
And people would all come through. The morning group, I guess, would kind of come through, and then they'd all rush off to maybe their more inclusive family dinners, which is fine. And then obviously the OGs, they like hunker down and we all, I mean, the tables were, I mean, there's always the big long table and then there was the kids table. Right. And then there was the other table as close as you fucking could possibly get it.
Right.
I have this dream and it will always include family and friends and people who don't have a place to go. You know, I have a client and it just breaks my heart. He can't be invited, unfortunately, under any circumstances, pandemic or not. As I'm saying this, I realize that I'm a hypocrite. But what I'm saying is, like, there are people, my heart just broke for him. He said, you know, my sister came in and her living with me was my nightmare. Like, I knew she was going to stay too long. I love her, but, you know, you're adults. Like, you don't really want to cohabitate like that. He said, but the one thing that I held on to throughout this whole experience was I wasn't going to be alone again on the holidays.
Right.
And I just thought,
where'd her ass go? Where'd she go?
She's moving to Hawaii now.
Yeah, she's like, gang, gang, bye. She's
but the whole thing is, like, no matter how people get depressed or they say they hate the holidays, spending a holiday alone is the worst feeling ever. Because
because most holidays are inclusive. And so you feel like the kid that didn't get picked for dodgeball and you're just watching everyone else play.
And it's so unfair too because it's either like you have the family that does shit or you didn't. Even people who hate their families.
Right.
And I don't even mean like hate like inner term. I mean they're just like, you're not my people, you're boring, like I gotta go over. Those people still go to their mom's house to eat shitty fucking casserole to say they went to a dinner.
Absolutely.
And that's an emotional deal. And so in my dream, when I'm hosting, it's going to be a thing.
So I also believe that social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of them, just for the day of Thanksgiving, for the day of Christmas, and for the day of New Year's, they should shut it down. They should have no posts. It should be only if there's like something critical happening, like the world's coming to an end, because it just makes people who are by themselves feel even worse. And if you're truly invested in having a good time with the people that you're with on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, you don't need to be on Instagram anyways posting about to seeing what everyone else is up to. You can wait 24 whole hours and then the next day see. But what I've done every year, Thanksgiving is the only one, again, because so we do the holiday with our entire cul-de-sac every year. But when I lived at my other house off St. Clair, the one thing I always did for Christmas, and that's why even when I got engaged on Christmas, I didn't see it coming. I have an open house rule. I do not care. Anyone, the door is literally open. Come as you want. I make a huge Christmas Day breakfast. I mean, I do it from waffles to pancakes and bacon and eggs and grits and you name it.
Yeah.
Then I do a nice afternoon.
Yeah, you've invited me a few times.
Yes, I do an afternoon lunch. And then I do a huge big dinner. And the food just keeps coming all day. I don't leave the kitchen at all.
Right.
There's no stopping. I'm just making mass amounts of food all day. And then the food just gets put out. And as people want to come through, friends want to come say hi. Usually we end up getting somewhere between like 30 and 60 people, I would say, coming just through and in or out of our house.
Right.
Take a plate. I buy those little Tupperware, the throwaway ones.
Yeah.
If you want to take something and go, that's fine too. But at least we get to see you. At least if you're a single person, you're not alone. And
One
so,
of the things I also hate, and I'm just going to throw this out there.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody fucking thinks because you're wrong and I hate you.
Off bat.
You need to dress up.
Okay. So do not go to anyone's things. I don't care if it's your neighbor, your friends, whatever.
What the fuck?
Do not go in sweatpants. Do not go in a sweatshirt. Do not go in some funky, fun, weird. Dress as if you are going to go to church.
Holiday. What
Period.
the fuck? There's some bomb ass memes about like, I can't wait to get fucking dressed up and wander around grandma's house for a couple hours. Like,
right.
But that's the fun in it. Get your babies in a little velvet dress with a fucking goddamn tartan. I want it to look like a fucking nutcracker just blew up her ass. Like, I don't understand. People wonder why they feel like shit. Part of the holidays was bringing out the fine china. And putting on some goddamn makeup and lying about your successes to your family about the
just
upcoming,
like on Instagram.
You're making moves.
That's it.
It was the original Instagram.
Duh.
Okay? It's all for the gram, bitches.
That's
and
all.
It always has been.
And I'll see you bitches in another 364 days.
No, if you come to my house, anybody who hears this over the years, I know there's going to be some people eventually who frequent AP and Ian's house.
Yeah.
For a holiday. And you're going to love it. And if you ever don't come dressed, granted, this isn't a fucking gala.
No, but I'm going to talk shit to you.
But I'm going to talk
I'm
shit
gonna roast
to you.
and toast
because
your ass when
I'm
you walk through
always
that
going to be
door.
looking fucking T to B, and you're going to wonder, how does she do it?
I get dressed up to go to therapy. I come downstairs, Bill's like, I don't understand. Like, where are you going? I'm like, to therapy. Terry deserves a fresh face. These fresh braids done up.
Yes.
This fresh outfit.
It just
like
doesn't
she
make sense
deserves.
to me.
It doesn't make sense only because dressing up makes me feel sexy.
Ugh,
makes me feel good about myself.
I have a baby cardigan for the baby.
And not
baby
to mention,
cardigan.
I have bought all of these clothes. Who gonna see them? Number one, we're in a pandemic. Can I tell you that I got into my wedding dress? Because my wedding dress had so you can take the bustle out and it's just a silk dress. Okay, that bitch almost got worn to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Because at this point, you should be, I'm not kidding you guys, go into your closet and you wear what the fuck you want to the grocery store, to go to the bank. Where else are we going?
Yeah.
We're in a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
So you know what? I said, fuck it. I'm going to start dressing up
Just dress
as
up.
if we are going to maybe a
Trash.
mini gala. I'm not joking. Go and you will feel so good. I have been walking
That's what
around
I'm
town
saying.
like I'm the Queen of England.
When people are always just like, ugh, and I'm like, that's your whole, like, inside, you're just, ugh.
I love dressing up.
Like, I just love dressing up. So dress up for the fucking
love a
holidays.
fun eye for the
Dress your kids
holiday.
up, too. I don't care if it's ruined. He can't fit into it next year. That's the fun part. Fucking throw it away or don't. I don't know what to tell you. But you put that little motherfucker in a bow tie.
That's right.
And you put that baby girl in a tutu.
That's it.
What the fuck?
And also, can I also say this? I understand being a parent is difficult, but
Yeah.
do not dress your children up. And then again, you are underdressed, you're wearing a flannel. Dress up. There should be no wrinkly shirts. Everything should be pressed. You and I have been friends for how long? Typically, the only time we see each other down is when we're recording. And even then, sometimes you and I will bring the heat. But for the most part, when you and I go out to lunch, when we go out to brunch, when we go to someone's home, even if it's like a girls thing and we used to do our girls brunches, we are coming, you are going to see a contoured face.
Yeah.
You're going to see some hair curled.
Yeah.
This is not, I'm not running.
Yeah.
I would not run to the store looking busted.
I just don't
Just
understand.
put the effort in.
I don't even understand it. I mean, on your daily life, like, I'm not here to be judge, jury, executioner. But on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and New Year's, I expect you to level up. I just do.
Level up.
And if you don't do that, that's why you feel like shit about yourself. That's
See,
one
I
of the
expect
many
to level
reasons
up.
to
I
be
expect to
honest.
level up.
I know you do, and
every
I do.
day.
I run my life in a certain order now, especially, and I've definitely been humbled since children. I will tell you that. Like, sometimes the time's just not there. I can wrap my head around that, but you know when it fucking is there? Thanksgiving Day.
I don't think I've ever seen you really not bring it. You always
thank
have at
you.
least
That's-
a bump of a curl. You know, I mean, there's little things that you can do to make yourself feel good. But really during this time, because of the time change, it is dark out. It's freezing out. Seriously, you guys, dress up to make yourselves feel better.
Yeah.
Wear that chunky, weird, knitted scarf thing that you got off of
Great
fucking
call.
whatever it was. And you
Put
were
your
like,
sorrels
what am I
on
gonna...
when it's not snowing.
Boom. When was
There
I
you
going to
go.
wear this? Boom. Put it on.
Yeah. That's all I have. That's all I have for you guys until after Thanksgiving. Looking very forward to it.
You guys enjoy
Because
your
then
Thanksgiving.
the Christmas tree goes up.
Not doing it this year.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that this episode.
It's a sad time.
I turned my head.
I hate Christmas. I hate putting up a Christmas tree.
I know you do.
Bill
and
loves it.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I just don't want to be so joyful while everyone else is so bummed out.
Honestly, I bring the joy.
All right, I'll think about it. If it gets put up, honestly, you know where I was last year.
If you want me
Bill
to come
put it up
over
the night
here,
before.
I remember, and it was a whole thing for him. And honestly, I'm on Team Bill right now, so I don't.
But you know
really
what? I
care.
won't stop someone's.
If
I
you
won't
want
stop
me
someone's
to bring
happiness.
some vodka over, and we will do White Russians and listen to some Christmas music and let Bill hold a baby, I might help you because I think now more than ever, ladies and gentlemen, we need some fucking.
I will take you up on that
cheer.
offer because I really hate.
Yeah, I'll bring Ian over. They can watch some football.
I try to get into it, and then I'm like, "Fuck this."
Well, I think
2 ornaments and I'm done.
we can change because you know why? His heart grew 4 or 5 times that day. No, bitch.
Oh, shit. All right, you guys, that is going to wrap up this episode. I am going to be releasing a really fun interview that I did with Moondog Matinee. You guys know they're an amazing band. I was lucky enough to be able to interview Adam from Moondog Matinee, who is so wonderful. It actually was a pretty long episode. I think it's going to end up being like an hour and a half. So he just has some really fun stories about Moondog on the road and, kind of how they got to where they are. So it's a really fun interview. That will be dropped the day before Thanksgiving. Also, you guys do not forget, give to somebody, anybody, anything you can. Maybe bring a neighbor some toilet paper. Maybe if you guys have diapers, I know AP is going to be dropping off some newborn diapers to, where were you dropping it off to?
I think it's called Winklash Studio.
Oh, Winklash. Yeah. So you guys just look around. I know it's a tough time. If you can't give, obviously don't. But if you can give, please do. Also, in the next coming week, keep an eye out. We are going to have finally all of our merch up. So we're going to have some fun t-shirts and some fun sweaters. So keep an eye out for that. And until then, we will see you guys next time. Make sure you log on to our website, which is thehatejournals.com. And of course, you guys can email us at thehatejournals@gmail.com. And of course, follow us on Instagram at thehatejournals and Twitter Hate Journals. We love you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Stay safe. Oh, and one last thing. If you have a single friend who is single, or maybe they don't have family here and they can't travel to go and see them, call them. Call them now and
Word.
go, quarantine. Don't go anywhere for the next 5 to 6 days so I can bring you to my house so that we can all spend Thanksgiving Day together. Do not forget about the people who are single right now. Seriously, the suicide rate is out of control right now, and there are things that we can do to show people that we care and that we love them. And if there was any time to give thanks, this is the time to do that. We love you guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.